Hey there, fight fans. Welcome back to another episode of the Ranch Boxing Podcast, UFC edition, Adog's Picks. And unlike last time, man, Adog is with us. He was missing in action before. All right. He had his duties. All right. He was missing action before, but he's back now. The resident expert is back and he's ready to give us all this good information, man. He's studied up, ready to go. Adog, how you doing?
Oh, glad to be back, man. It's good to see you. I'm ready to go, like you said, man. I'm excited. And again, just glad to be back.
Likewise, man. It wasn't the same without you doing those solo acts, man. They get me all messed up, man. It's really hard. You know what? Shout out to all those people that do those podcasts solo all the time, man. It's a hard work. It's hard work, man. It's I don't know how they do it all the time, man. So shout out to all those guys out there doing them podcasts, just going at it, going to work, man. Because it's no joke. I couldn't do that every day, man. It's crazy. Anyways, man, enough about that. Let's get into it because this card is stacked. UFC 327 this week, man, April 11th, live from Miami. We're going to crown a new king of Miami here, baby. A new king of Miami in the main event. It's the light heavyweight vacant title. Number 2, Jiri Prochazka taking on the red hot Carlos Ulberg, number 3 on the undercard. Light heavyweight bout. Big hitter here. This dude may be the next in line in waiting, light heavyweight, number 6, Azamat Murzakanov, going up against number 14, Paulo Costa. Now, I'm not sure if that's number 14 at light heavyweight or middleweight because Paulo Costa moving up from middleweight to light heavyweight. We'll get more into that a little bit, but I'm just pointing that out. Heavyweight bout number 5, Curtis Blades versus Josh Hockett. Light heavyweight bout number 10, Dominic Reyes versus number 12, Johnny Walker. And in a featherweight bout, Cub Swanson going up against Nate Landwehr. And we're going to start on the early prelims here because there's a lot of names on this card, right? There's a lot of names on these cards scattered between the earlies and the prelims. Yeah, so it's a good one. Yeah, and you're gonna have to be looking. You watch the whole card, and you'll get to see all these guys scattered. You'll probably see some names and say, well, "What's he doing there?" But that's just the way it is. It's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. All right, man. Let's start at the beginning, right at the bottom. Early prelims, man. That's how good this card is. Welterweight bout: Charles Radke taking on Francisco Prado, man. To be honest, I don't know a lot about these guys, but you're the expert, man. You know all about these guys. So what's going on in this one, man? Who should we be looking for in this? What should we be seeing in here?
Yeah, man, let's start from the beginning. Charles Radke, UFC veteran, 35 years old. He's 11-5. He's doing that win-loss thing. In his last 5, he's 3-2. Fought some big names. He's beat Mike Mallet. You know, he's well known. He got knocked out and schooled by Carlos Prates. You know, so this guy's fought some guys. They're throwing him to Francisco Prado, who young, 23 years old, 12-4. This kid is on the skin, man. He's 1-4 in the UFC, and to me, this is a make or break fight. I'm surprised he's still in there. He's a young kid, but he's in those fights. He's fought Jake Matthews, Daniel Zellhuber, and James Marlarkey, who are well known names. So high hopes for this guy when he first came in, but he just hasn't delivered. Again, he's 12-4, but he's still young. I got this at a -180 for Charles Radke, and I see that fit, man. Charles Radke, a veteran, knows the game, fought some bigger names, fought some better opponents. So in this one, I just see too much experience and going with Charles Radke, and I see Francisco Prado after this getting taken off the UFC and maybe going to a lower level promotion and trying to get back in, man. I just don't see how he stays in the UFC with a 1-5 record.
Yeah, sometimes having to go back down to the minors, man, is a good thing. It sometimes needs to happen, man, and it happens to the best of them. No shame in there, but he's still not there yet. He does have a chance to get back here against Radke, man. But you know what? You said the name Carlos Prates, and I'm just like, dude, if you ever went against that guy and you gave up even a decent showing, I mean, hats off. Charles Radke, 35 is not that old, so I don't know, man. You sound right on the money on that one. If I had to pick a winner on this one, I sure would choose Charles Radke over a guy on a skid like that, man. Yeah, you never know. Prado, I don't want him to lose. I don't want him out of the UFC and stuff like that, but it might be the best thing for him. So, yeah, man, that totally makes sense. All right, man. Let's move forward, shall we? Big names here, man. Big names, and
Yeah.
this is the second card on the early prelims, people. The early prelims. You got two former title contenders high up in the rankings. One of them challenged for the title, almost won it, but that was at welterweight. A middleweight bout here. Kevin Gastelum taking on Vicente Luque, two veterans of the UFC, two alums of the Ultimate Fighter, man. This is a crazy fight, man. Like this is a blast from the past. I don't think these guys have ever fought either. That's crazy. What do you see in
Yeah.
this fight?
Well, yeah, just like you said, man, these two got to be the highest two paid fighters being on the second fight, man. This is crazy. Kelvin Gastelum, 34 years old. They're actually both 34 years old. And like you said,
That is young.
Kelvin Gas Kelvin Gastelum was on the brink of beating Adesanya, man.
Right.
It's crazy to see him now starting off the early prelims. It looks like Vicente's moving up to 85s. He like you said, he was a 170 fighter, and the same thing with Kevin Gastelum. He's doing that win loss thing, and obviously he's coming on. He's lost to Joe Pyfer and Sean Brady, but this guy's beat the likes of Daniel Rodriguez, Dustin Stolfus, and Chris
Right.
Curtis, and 2-7 for Vicente Luque, just on the skid, man. Vicente Luque kind of reminds me when I see his name of Jeff Neal, man. Just
Yeah.
was supposed to be something
Yes.
big, and just did well, but just couldn't get over that hump. And it's just, I believe it's his best years are past now. I see the odds right on. I got Kevin Gastelum at -280 to a +230 Vicente Luque, and they got it right, man. I think Kelvin Gastelum puts on a good show, just too much of a heavy hitter. I just not like Vicente Luque's last showing. He's getting beat real fast and just looks like he's over the hill. So I'm taking Kelvin Gastelum as the big favorite and laying the chalk.
Yeah, man. You know what? 34 is not old at all, even for fighters, especially in the middleweight, around welterweight, middleweight, 185, 170. That's not, I'm not going to say that's old. That's going to be on the, you're about to get old, but it's not old at all. But you know what? When I was researching these guys and I was on Vicente Luque's fight history, it just kept going, man. Like I just kept scrolling down and down and down. And I'm like, is this ever going to stop? This dude has been around for a long time. He beat some huge names, and he's lost to some not so huge names, man. Vicente Luque has had a tumultuous up and down. At one time, dude, I thought Luque was like, man, this guy's unbeatable. He looked so good. And he never got to that crescendo, that pinnacle of the division or the UFC. And his fall was hard, man. Gastelum, he fell as well. I don't know what hit him harder, the competition or the refrigerator, man, because damn, that's another thing. Is he going to make weight? This guy, I'm not saying he has a discipline problem. I'm saying he has an issue with weight, and I don't know why, but it's there. I hope that because it's at middleweight, it's not a big deal. We won't have any drama there. Because what you said, the odds are in his favor. I agree with him, man. He may have had a hard fall as well. Maybe not a hard fall, but he's had a fall. But it's not like Luque, man. And he actually put up a much better fight against Pyfer than I thought he was going to, and that has aged a lot better after what happened with Pyfer and Adesanya. So Gastelum, he's always somewhat game, and he's in it. Much more than Luque. This has got to be, loser leaves town type fight, man. I don't want Luque to leave his career, but man, I don't know. I don't know if the cards are in it for him. I see Gastelum winning this as well. I gotta agree with you, man. But it's an intriguing fight on this one.
No, I was just gonna say, like you said, the loser leaves town. Both of these guys have double-digit losses. Just getting to journeyman status, and you're right, man. It's a make or break fight for both, and like you said, lots of miles for both these guys.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Okay, so let's move forward. The first fight on the prelim card, and this is another one. I was kind of like, wow, like 1 minute, you're riding high at either like co-main or main event on a fight night, and then all of a sudden you're the first fight on the prelims. Not to say there's no shame in that, man. These are high number, or high rankings and bigger names. In the women's strawweight bout, number 2 Tatiana Suarez going up against number 6 Lupi Godinez. So, what do you see happening in this fight, man? Is Tatiana going to give us something to watch, or should I go make a milkshake or something, man?
Man, I hope so, man. I hope being that her husband's out of the UFC, she has that extra step because she might be next, man. You never know. But in this one, you know, Tatiana still 12-1. She is 35 years old. She's only lost to the champ. She did get steamrolled in that fight. She didn't show up that fight. It was her first fight back in a long time. She did end up winning her next fight against a good Amanda Lemos. Amanda Lemos is a veteran. She beat her, and of course, in a decision. Wasn't great, but did come up with a win. So hopefully that win boosts her up. Lupi Godinez, 14-5. She's 32. She's been in there with some names. She's coming off a win of a former title holder in Jessica Andrade, but she's also lost to the last two, Mackenzie Dern and Verna. So it's just depending on this. This is a close fight. I got Tatiana at a -155. It's kind of low for her when I saw it, but with her pedigree, her wrestling, and her reach advantage, she has a 5-inch reach advantage over Lupi. And so I think the odds maker got it right. I'm taking Tatiana at the -155, small favorite. I think she gets it done. And hopefully, my biggest concern is what kind of showing she's going to put in. Is she going to lay and pray and just bore it up again? Because at 35, yeah, you may win, but people are probably going to be over the Tatiana Suarez train and just chalk it up as someone not reaching that mountaintop because let's face it, she is kind of not so appealing when you see her name on the marquee.
Absolutely, man. Sometimes it's not if you win, it's how you
Yeah,
win, man. And at 35 years old in the strawweight division, she is not a spring chicken anymore, man. She's got no
yeah,
more time to like start to put it together. It needs to have been built already, and she
yeah,
needs to start being a little bit more aggressive. She needs to start being a little bit more entertaining, even if that
yes,
brings losses to her name or something. I mean, come on,
yeah,
man. Like, you want a career, or do you want to be, you want only one loss? I don't know, but she needs to think of something because right now she's number 2 in the division against someone like Mackenzie Dern, who she probably could have beat a couple years ago, easy, maybe. And
yeah,
with Wei Lee, I don't know where she's at, if she's coming back down or what's going on with her. The competition is stiff, man. So she needs to make her make a name, or she needs to make us remember, like, hey, I want to see Tatiana again.
exactly.
Not to say that Lupi is out of this fight. Is Lupi out of this fight? No, but every time Lupi steps up to some big names like Dern,
Yeah,
Virna, those are some tough names, and she lost to both of them. She has some,
yeah,
she has some wins in her name with some good name, but it's not like the big ones. And we
yeah,
saw what Virna did too. She just had a good win too. And
yes,
Virna, I like Virna because she's not. Does she always win? No, but she's compelling. She's fun to watch. Tatiana needs to make that happen, or maybe Lupi can do it for us. You know what, Lupi, make it a good fight and win
yeah,
against someone like Tatiana Suarez. All of a sudden, you're just super relevant, and you might get those
yes,
rematches back. So,
yeah,
absolutely, absolutely, I'm
yeah,
gonna take Tatiana in this as well. But you know what? If Tatiana wants to stink it out, I might be like, I might want to be wrong, and maybe Lupi can do something in this fight to make it a little bit more exciting. I would love it.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree.
Yeah. All right, great, man. Let's move forward. Lightweight bout. Big name here, number 8, Mateus Gamrot taking on Esteban Ribovics. And I've seen Ribovics before, but I can't remember. But I have seen Mateus Gamrot several times. Big name, good fighter. Sometimes he's hot, sometimes he's cold. What do you think of this one?
Man, I like this fight, man. I really like this fight. Obviously, Gamrot coming off that steamroll of he lost to Oliveira, but we saw how Oliveira beat Max Holloway. Maybe he got Oliveira at the wrong time, man, and
Right.
Oliveira is back on. So good name to go against next. He's Esteban Ribovics. I love that last name, man. Ribovic, 15-2.
Yeah.
4-1 in his last 4-1 in his last 5 in the UFC. This guy's beat a couple of big names, Daniel Zellhuber, T-Rex
Yeah.
McKinney, knocked him out pretty badly, man. Highlight reel. His only loss is to a great
30
guy in
seconds.
yeah, Nasrat. Don't let me butcher his name. Haqparast, who's good, man. Who's a good UFC fighter. Gamrot coming in as a large favorite at -190. Gamrot's beat some good guys in physique, KO'd him. But in this one, man, I'm gonna go with the younger 29-year-old Esteban Ribovic to get his big first name. I see a decision in this, but at a plus 150, I'm jumping all over that dog and in a good upset over Gamrot and Esteban Ribovic winning.
Yeah, man, this is tough because Ribovics, I know I've seen him, and I know he did lose to Haqparast, and I think Haqparast just lost a little while ago. So I mean, you're trying to compare this stuff. Mateus Gamrot has some big names on his
Yeah,
resume, and he has some good wins, especially against like Sarukian, but that was a long time ago. He did
yeah,
lose to like Hooker a couple fights ago, and I was kind of like,
yeah.
I'm not to say anything bad about Hooker, but that doesn't really bode well. And he did get steamrolled by Ulberg. That looks a little bit better now, but here it is. He's 35 years old. Not
Exactly.
bad for the lightweight division, but he's got a lot of miles. And Ribovic is 29. Is he coming into his prime? 29, 30. That's the age I'm always kind of like, that's when people's that discipline and the maturity, that's when it starts to meet, man. You meet a fighter around 29, 30, 31, that's the magic age, man. You want to be careful because sometimes a fighter is not focused or not mature, but around that age, it all starts to work well. And if they don't have it by then, they're probably
Exactly.
never going to have it. So this is a tough
Exactly.
one for me, man, as well. I'm going to go with the chalk. I'm going to say Mateus Gamrot's not exactly done. Not saying that Ribovic it can't bounce back from this, but Mateus Gamrot has a lot in his arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a tough one, man. I'm gonna go with
It's a
Mateus
tough one.
Gamrot. He's the favorite, right? I'm gonna go with the favorite in
Yeah.
this one. I'm not saying it's not gonna be. It might be a little close. I don't know. It's tough, man. Mateus,
Yeah.
I just can't bet against Gamrot in this. And I had to pick Gamrot to win Oliveira. That's how much I had a lot of faith in him. But yeah, he got steamrolled in that one.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So yeah,
We'll
yeah,
see
yeah.
what
It's a
that's
great
an
fight.
intriguing one, man.
Yeah. I like it.
All right, moving forward here, welterweight bout. Your boy Kevin Holland taking on Randy Brown. What do you think in this one, man? This is this is a good one. These guys they're workman like guys, man. They're always going at it. Kevin Holland fighting all the time, man. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I'm glad. I'm excited to see Kevin Holland, man, because when he moved down, he looked like a man on a mission, man. Not saying he was going to be a championship contender or anything, but he looked really good when he made that move down. But it
Right,
just hasn't panned out. He's 2-3 in his last 5. He's lost 2 straight. Obviously, you remember what happened with that. That fight was kind of weird against Mallett when he got kicked in the balls. So we'll see how he
right.
rebounds. He rebounds on this one because Kevin Holland's beat some big names. On the other side, you got Randy Brown, who's doing that win-loss thing. He's 2-2 in his last 4, and he got KO'd by Bonfim on his last fight. So this one, the odds maker got it right. This is a straight even fight, -110 both. Um, it was hard, just like the last fight to pick. It was kind of a toss up, but I'm gonna go with Kevin Holland, man. I think he's just seen the bigger names. Been in there. He's got that sour taste in his mouth from his last weird fight. Um, and he's got 2 years. He's 2 years younger than Randy Brown. So I'm gonna take Kevin Holland on
Right.
this in a toss up uh, to come back with a W and continue on in the UFC.
Yeah, man. I did think Kevin Holland was older than Randy Brown just because I thought he was around a little bit longer, but that might not be completely right. But yeah, no, it's Randy Brown who's the senior to Kevin Holland. Uh, because Kevin Holland's been around a long time, dude. He fought Jacare
Yeah,
Souza. That's how long he's been around. So
yeah,
I don't know, man. You know what? Kevin Holland is only 33 years old. 33, 32, 33.
33.
He's only 33. So I always thought that Kevin Holland had a bit of a focus or maturity problem, especially with
Yeah.
his, like taking his diet seriously. Not that he was ever overweight or anything like, but like putting the right foods in your body to like make your,
Yeah.
to just make you work better. I don't know if he's over
Yeah.
that or not, but like if he, like I said, if he's not mature by now, if he's not focused by now, it's never going to happen. I think he's at least more disciplined than he's ever been. And I mean, this is a guy who's fought a lot of people. I
Yeah.
wish he had that MVP fight, man, because I just do not like MVP, and I wish he had won that fight. But he did. He lost, man. So I mean, fights like that have got to leave a bad taste in your mouth. Hopefully,
Exactly.
he gets over that. Maybe he'll take it out on Randy Brown. Nothing against Randy Brown. He's always been exciting. I do like Randy Brown, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Kevin Holland in this even fight as well to take out Randy Brown. Maybe not take out, but at least outlast him. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with you on that one. All right.
Good fight. It's a good fight.
So here we go. The feature bout in the prelims. Uh, we're gonna have a UFC feature prelim, Bellator style,
I love
with
it.
number
I love it.
13,
Yeah.
Patricio Pitbull going up against Aaron Pico, the highly touted Aaron Pico, whose last fight took a fat elbow to the face. Man, what do you see in this fight?
Man, when I saw this fight, I was like, I don't know what it is about me when I see Patricio Pitbull. I think I don't know if he's been in the UFC longer, but he's only 1-1 in the UFC. I just thought he came to the UFC and a couple of people beat him, but he's only fought twice. He's fought big names. He lost to Yair, but then came back with a good win. You know, Dan Ige. I got a lot of respect for Dan Ige. He's tough. He's gonna be in there in the fight. No one's just gonna beat him up. And he came out with a win, a good bounce back fight after that Yair. You know, no shame in losing to Yair in your first fight, but yeah, going against Aaron Pico, man, 29 years old. Is he highly touted still? Are we still thinking about 5 years ago? You know, what's going on? You know, Aaron Pico's 13-5, man. That's, it's an okay record, but this guy needs to deliver, man. He needs to have a big win in the UFC. You know, you get your first one against who was a title contender. Um, but he lost, but it's time to go for this guy, man. It's time to go. It's time to show what you're made of. You know, you're in the big leagues now. You're coming in as a big minus 300 favorite. And it's time to show, man. It's time to say all this, like you said, you still said it, highly touted. You know, this guy needs to show because to me, he's not a title contender, man. He needs a few fights in the UFC. I know he's got a big name, but with that, I'm gonna go and lay the chalk. I think Aaron Pico's gonna beat him, just being the younger fighter. Patricio's 38, man. A lot of miles too. He's 37-8. You know, a great record, but just a lot of miles. And I just think Aaron Pico finally is realizing, how big this is, and hopefully the lights aren't too bright again on Saturday night because Aaron Pico, another loss, who knows what that does to him, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. Uh, Patricio Pitbull, man. Yeah, 38, man. If you're 38 and you're going up against a 29-year-old, you could be better. You could be a better fighter. Just the age in itself, man, that is rough to bounce back from. And Aaron Pico is not exactly, it's not that he's not a good fighter. I think he's just, I mean, were the lights too bright last time against LaRon
Yeah,
Murphy, or were they not bright enough because he was acting like he was rushing in there and he caught
yeah,
an elbow to the face? Not to say that he would have lost anyways. LaRon Murphy's a hell of a fighter. We saw what happened with Evolov. The guy's top tier, man. And Aaron Pico found out real quick that there's levels to this game. And even though you were the favorite, and that's why I say highly touted, he was a favorite against LaRon Murphy, and LaRon
yeah,
Murphy just stomped him. Uh,
yeah,
so when a guy puts you on, and this is the only thing that's Mike Pitbull's been there, and he has a lot of experience, and I don't think he's ever, he's not gonna feel anxiety or anything about it.
yeah,
Pico though, man, he got iced, man. He got starched last time. Will that get to him at 29 years old? That's what I don't know. If it does, I don't think it's going to be enough to have him lose. I think maybe he'll take a round or two to kind of get back. He just needs to slow
Yeah,
down, take his time, and not be so sure of himself, or just be cautious, I should say. And this
yeah,
should work out fine. But damn, man, like that was rough last time. So I'm gonna go with Aaron Pico too. But if he does lose this fight, that's a I don't know, man. That's a whatchamacallit. That's a patchy mix type, you know,
yeah. Perfect,
stock just
perfect,
dropping.
per-
Yeah,
perfect analogy. I love it. Perfect.
yeah. So I mean, he looks the part. They want him to be a star, but I mean, he's got to win
Yeah,
this fight, and to beat Patricio at number 13, that'd be good if you can get it to the top 15, even after taking that big loss. Because seriously, if he wins this fight, that LaRon Murphy fight doesn't look so bad anymore, because he's just
yeah,
I think LaRon Murphy is top tier. And I think at
yeah, yeah,
29, you have time to kind of get over that, and time to like figure out what you did wrong and fix those things. Not, Aaron Pico could see LaRon Murphy later, and it could be different. We'll see. Let's take it one fight at a time. We'll see what happens. But I agree with you on that one as well.
yeah. Good fight.
All right, man. Yeah, it's good. It's a good fight, man. I like it. These are some intriguing things, man. Like, they're tough to call. Good job on the matchmaking here. All right, man. Let's move forward. The main card here, the main card at UFC 327. Let's start with the first fight here, featherweight bout. The veterans, Cub Swanson taking on Nate Landwehr. Man, I'm not sure. Is this Cub's last fight, or he's not said that? I always think it's his last fight, man, because they talk about having a long resume. He's been here forever.
Yeah, man. It sounds. They were talking about it today on the press conference. It is his last fight, man. It is his last fight at 42. So a good career
Wow.
for Cub Swanson. Yeah, I was surprised. He never made it to that contender spot, man. Not a terrible record at 30-14. A lot of miles. He's 3-2 in his last five, and Cub's been in there with the who's who. He's coming off a win off not a bad name. Billy Quantillo. He's lost to Andre
Oh, yeah, of
Philly.
course. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, yeah, Quantillo. He's a good young up and comer. He beat him in his last fight, so he's coming off a win. Um, against Nate Landwehr, who is up there in his age too, 37. He's 1-3 in his
Mhm.
last four with two straight losses. Um, with Landwehr, he's tough, man. He reminds me of a Darren Elkins type guy, man, who's kind of not the greatest fighter, but just if you don't put this guy out and you get tired on him, he will put your lights out, man. He'll beat you. He's got a lot of cardio. He's tough as nails. Um, and on the other side, Cub Swanson beat that guy, Darren Elkins. Cub Swanson beat him. So that's why I'm taking Cub Swanson. It's a -110 even fight, pick 'em toss up. But I just think Cub Swanson is still too fast. He's still got a little snap in his punches. And like I said, he's been there with the toughest of guys. You're not going to outwill Cub Swanson. And that's why I'm taking him in his final fight to get a W and go off in the sunset for his career, which was a good career. I love Cub Swanson, man. When I saw he always put on good fights, never boring. And I was always excited to see when his name was on the card.
Yeah, Cub Swanson, man. Whenever you think he was done, man, he'd always come back with a fight that you thought for
Yeah,
sure that was going to be it, and he was being put out to pasture. And nope, he would come back and beat like these. He was he was a gatekeeper that wasn't just a very
yeah,
unforgiving gatekeeper type guy, man. And yeah, that Quarantino fight, I thought for sure that was nope. Yeah, that was going to be it for him, and nope, he pulled that one off. Yeah, man, this is very much like the a Chiesa Nico Price thing going on here, man. And I
yeah,
think that Cub Swanson is now that's why he's on the main card. He announces he's gonna go, and he's trying to go out with a win here. And we'll see if Nate Landwehr, who's also long, he's been around long in the tooth as well. Let's see if he can rain on this parade. He'd love nothing more than
yeah,
to ruin that exit for Cub Swanson. But it's that's still a tough thing, man. Cubs, he's probably laser focused, probably wants to win the last one, leave the UFC with a on a positive note.
Yeah.
with a sweet taste in his mouth. So I think Cub Swanson's going to come through because I think when Cub Swanson is really focused and he's got nothing else to, when you got nothing else to look forward to, he doesn't have to worry about the future as far as like another training camp. I think,
Yeah.
because usually it's not the fights that knock fighters out. It's the training camps. And when you don't have to worry
Exactly.
about a training camp anymore, man, it must feel great. It must feel great going into the last fight, knowing that I don't got to do this training camp anymore. Because everyone always misses fighting, but no one misses those training camps,
This
man.
is
They
training.
suck.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna agree with you. I'm taking Cub Swans. Yeah, and the cutting at 42 and you have to cut weight, man. That's rough. I know he has to cut
Yeah.
at least a little bit, but geez, dude, Nate, yeah, the cutting all that weight must suck.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's move forward here. Light heavyweight bout. Number 10 Dominic Reyes taking on number 12 Johnny Walker, and this has got to be two of the best fighters I've seen with the two glassiest chins, man. What do you think? Who's gonna be the first to go, man? What's gonna happen here?
Man, for years, I was just waiting for these two guys to finally cross paths. I love this fight. Two big guys, tall, lanky, just kind of the same kind of guys, man. Just the same stuff. Johnny Walker, Dom Reyes, man. Dom Reyes at 15-5. Coming off that big loss to Carlos Ulberg. Who knows if he would have won that fight, where he would be right now? He'd probably be fighting Jiri. So that's got to give him some motivation. He had 3 wins before that. Still doing well. He only has 5 losses. Johnny Walker, man, he's been in there a long time at 22-9. He's coming off a big win off that Chinese fighter, Zhang Ming Yang, who was highly favored against him. Johnny Walker went into Shanghai and turned the lights out, man, and pulled out a huge upset. But also, Johnny Walker's lost to Volkan Ozdemir. Sorry about if I'm killing that name. So it just depends what fighter's gonna come, what Johnny Walker's gonna come in. Dom Reyes is a -150 favorite. I was surprised on that. He is the elder at 36. Johnny Walker's 34. The biggest thing to me on this one, man, these guys both like to bang, is the 5-inch reach advantage in Johnny Walker. I think that's going to be the deciding factor. I think they're going to both be banging, and Johnny Walker's going to be able to clip him first. So I got Johnny Walker by KO in this fight as a underdog at +125.
Yeah, man, these guys are very similar. If you
Yeah.
were to build a prototypical fighter, man, lean, tall, long, these guys fit the mold exactly, man.
Yeah.
If you say that I built these guys in a lab, I'd be like, yeah, that's exactly how I want my fighters. The only problem with these guys, man, and you know what? Early in their careers, more so for Johnny, I thought, dude, when I saw this guy, I'm like, this guy is the champion. He can fight the champion right now, and he's going to win. I go, this guy's bad.
Nah.
I just thought he was so good, and I always thought whatever happened if he never did the worm and busted his arm.
Messed up his arm. Yeah.
After that, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that had anything to do with his chin, but something happened. And then Reyes, I think Reyes has always been a good fighter. And I think it wasn't. I think it was a John Jones fight that I think he gave everything he had in that fight, and I think he gave a part of himself and left it in that octagon that night, and he was never the same again. So I mean, Walker, he may have lost part of his career to that dance after a win, and Dominic Reyes lost part of his career to a John Jones near win. So, but either way, their careers have gone very similar. Just two guys that you would always thought they were the next big thing, and they never really got there. Dominic Reyes did get really close. I mean, he was smelling UFC gold and smelling a win over John Jones, and it did not happen. But he was so close, man. Johnny Walker's never been that close. Because of that, I mean, I don't know, man. This is a tough one too. It really is who went over their defense better in camp, man. You have got to keep those hands up. That is it.
Yeah.
You have got to keep those hands up and be careful. I can see the Johnny Walker winning. I wanted to lean that way. I'm gonna go with Dominic Reyes here to just I'm not sure if he's gonna. It's 3 rounds. I'm not sure how he's gonna do, but I think he'll be able to get by Johnny Walker. And it'd be weird if this fight didn't end up in a knockout. But I'm gonna say it's not gonna end up in a knockout. I think Reyes is gonna pull off a decision here. It may not be the most exciting fight either, so we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna go with Reyes in this one. And maybe he just don't let those hands down, man. Do not.
Yeah. Yeah. Go anyway.
All right, man. Let's move forward here to our heavyweight bout on the main card here, and this is a good one, man. Are they throwing him to the wolves? I don't know, man. But let's talk about it. Number 5, Curtis Razor Blades taking on the mouth of the South. I don't know where he's from, man, but he's like the mouth of the South, man. Josh Hockett. Is it Hockett or Hockett?
I got it as Hockett. Josh Hockett.
Hockett.
Yeah.
Dude, this dude, he's wilding out, man. He's
crazy.
What do you think is going to happen, man? You said they're feeding him. They're feeding him to the wolves. Are they? What's going to happen?
See, Josh Hockett is he's writing checks that his ass is not going to cash, man. This is crazy for this guy to have got this spot so fast. Yeah, he's 8-0, man. He's 8-0. He's tough, man. You know, he was only in the league, the NFL for a couple years. He was a fullback, but he was in the league, man. I think it's harder, you know, it's much harder to make it to the NFL than the UFC. Who knows? But this guy's 8-0, 8 stoppages. You know, and this guy didn't just fight any. He fought in Bellator and he's fought in LFA. And LFA, you know, is right. I got a lot of respect for LFA. A lot of good fighters coming out of there. And like I said, 5 KOs, 3 subs. So this guy has a mixed bag. You know, he's knocking people out. He's subbing people. He's 6'1", though, man. He just looks tiny for a heavyweight, man. So that's my biggest concern for Josh Hockett. You know, he's 2-0 in the UFC, but you know who's Denzel Freeman and Max Jimenez, or I don't even know his name, man. So this guy hasn't fought anyone to the caliber of Curtis Blades or who Curtis Blades has fought. You know, Curtis Blades, very inactive, man. He's only had 5 fights since 2022. So, you know, inactivity, I believe in ring rust, but, you know, he's coming off a split decision win. But just 2 fights ago, he was fighting Tom Aspinall for the belt. But we all know how that went. But, you know, just too soon, too fast, too soon. Josh Hockett may be a good heavyweight in a thin division, but Curtis Blades is a professional and has been in there. I think Curtis Blades plays with this guy, and the line at -125 is ridiculous. If you're gonna take any fight to get rich, I'm telling you, man, you need to put some money that you're able to lose. You're not gonna lose. Curtis Blades is gonna run through this guy like a hot knife through butter, man. I just don't see how Josh Hockett got this fight. And I love Josh Hockett. I think he brings something. He's reminds me of Henry Cejudo. Just he's not funny. It's not fun. It's just cringy. He gets under your skin, man, and he just says some weird stuff. But I don't know how he got in this spot. He's gonna see why there's rankings in the system, and you know he's gonna get killed in this fight. I believe.
Yeah, man. Josh Hockett, man, he is he's something else, man. He's going off right now, man. You know what? He's having fun with his career. I see him out there, and it looks like he's having fun with his career, man. But dang, dude, unfortunately, at the end of the day, the fight is there, and you got to fight the fight. And he's a fighter. He's a winner, man. But damn,
he's a winner.
Getting tossed to he's unranked. He's not number 15. He's unranked. 2 fights in the UFC, both wins, both knockouts. Okay. But Curtis Blades, man, number 5. And I'm not saying the last person, but a person who came in and was probably a much better fighter than Hockett. at the time. Jailton Almeida comes in and he found out real quick, dude. You can't just, you know, be one dimensional.
Yeah.
And not to say that Hackett is, but like he came in against Curtis Blades and thinking like he could do. No, it didn't. It was Blade showed him
He
real
didn't
quick
want.
that that's not going to happen here. And he took care of Jelton almost with ease. Hackett here, man. Oh man, I heard him at the press conference and he's going at it, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see this. I'm not. I mean, look, Hawkins got a puncher's chance, and if he pulls this off,
Yeah.
this is crazy. If he pulls it off, this is insane. It'll be a
It,
huge upset.
it would be great. I would love
Non
it. I would love it
non
too.
yeah.
I would love it.
But I'm
I would
saying
love it.
I'm maybe he has a puncher's chance. It would really take Curtis Blades, in order for him to lose, he really has to be like on the downslope of a career that we just haven't seen yet. So we'll see what happens, but I gotta say Curtis Blades is, I just don't see it happening. Geez, man, I don't know. Maybe Curtis Blades will play with his food a little bit. Maybe not, but it's I think I don't see this going well for Hackett. We'll see what happens though, but it's it's gonna be
And,
interesting, especially the weigh-ins.
and the line, man, is crazy how they have it so close. It's just crazy to me how much respect Josh Hawkins is getting and the disrespect to Curtis
I mean, he's
Blades. It's
confident.
just, but the line,
I
man,
mean,
I
he's
just don't
confident.
understand. I see this like as a minus 400 favorite for Curtis. I just don't see how he loses. I just don't see it.
People love knockouts, man, and hockey. Even doesn't matter who you knock out, I guess. And I mean, Curtis Blades has fought Aspinall twice. One time it
Yeah,
ended weird, but he won, and the other one, but still, he's fought. He's been in there with some the who's who, man, and he's beat
yeah,
some really good guys. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know for sure, man. That's a good one though. It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm gonna be stuck to the TV, man. It's a good card. It's a fun one. All right,
yeah.
man. Let's move forward here to our co-main event, light heavyweight bout. And I'm saying light heavyweight. Paulo Costa used to be a middleweight. Light heavyweight bout number 6. Azamat Mirzakhanov moving up in the card as deserved. Going up against number 14, Paulo Costa, well-known guy, man. Maybe you don't know Azamat. I didn't know him either a fight ago, but I do know him. I do know him now, and I'm like, is this the best light heavyweight in the world? Maybe, man. What do you think in this fight, man?
Yeah, man. This guy, yeah, burst on the scene, man. He's got a co-main event, moved into that slot. He's 16-0, man. He's undefeated, but he's got that. He's 36, man. He's 36 coming into
Oof.
the UFC. He's 6-0 in the UFC with 5 KOs over, some great names. Alexander Radchik, Alonzo Menefield, if people know, and Dustin Jacoby, who's tough, man. Dustin Jacoby's hard to put away. Um,
Right.
and then you got Paulo Costa. He's 15-4, but 3 of those losses have come in his last 5. The big thing with Paulo Costa, man, is which one's going to show up. He's very inactive. Only 5 fights since 2021, man. That's one a year, man. You just can't build steam fighting one time a year on average, man. You just can't do it. I know he had some issues with the UFC and Dana not agreeing to certain things, but he's been in there with some good name. He's been in there with former champ Sean Strickland. Sean beat him pretty easy, but he's been in there with Robert Whitaker. He's coming off a big and impressive win off Roman Kopylov, which I thought he looked very impressive. He looked rejuvenated, remotivated, and I thought he beat Roman Kopylov pretty easily. And he seemed like he wanted to be in there. So with this though, I see why Paulo Costa is the plus 165 underdog. This other guy, Asmat, has been killing people, knocking people out, and I see it going that way. I just see this kid, this not kid, but Asmat just being too strong, and there's always been questions with Paulo's cardio at the end of getting into the 3rd round. So I think Asmat catches him, and we see Paulo Costa get finished by punches, and just Asmat just continuing on to his title claim.
Yeah, man. I thought Paulo Costa in his last fight. I thought he was gonna. I'm not sure if I picked him to lose against, but thinking about it, I'm like, I would have thought he lost. He would have lost the copy law, but he won. Good for him. He actually gave a pretty good showing against Strickland, which I thought he was gonna get destroyed, and he didn't. He got a
Yeah,
split. I'm not sure if that was, but he did lose. But it was a lot better than I thought he was gonna do. I thought Strickland was just gonna destroy him, and it didn't go that way. But that was at that was at middleweight. I'm not sure what the copy law was, but this is light heavyweight. Mirzakhanov is a natural light heavyweight dude, and he smashed Rakic. And
yeah,
I don't think cardio is gonna play a part in this. I think Paulo Costa is gonna get smashed in the
yeah.
first round,
Oh wow.
probably in the first minute and a half. I think he's gonna go in there. I think he's. Oh, I saw him at the press conference. I think he's overcompensating with some confidence, and I think this Russian is just gonna send him home with love, baby. It's Russia with love. Mirzakhanov is going to destroy him, man. It's crazy, dude. I feel bad for Paulo Costa, man, because I mean I remember when he was going up against Adesanya, it was supposed to be a real good fight, ended up not really being a good fight, but dang, man, we're about to see it. I think we're about to see a destruction of Paulo Costa. Ooh, it's gonna be a good one, man, and we'll see. If he can pull up a Mirzakhanov win, that's a big deal because I think this dude is for reals.
Yeah, yeah. Strong.
Yeah, I like Mirzakhanov. Good. He's dangerous. I think he's really dangerous. Uh, and we'll see. We'll see. I'm not even sure we've ever seen Mirzakhanov catch from someone because it's over
Yeah.
so quick. He's so powerful.
Asmat, he hasn't even been close to being touched. Asmat hasn't been close to getting touched.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, let's move forward to the light heavyweight a title bout, vacant title bout here. Number 2, Jiri Prochazka taking on number 3, Carlos Ulberg. Man, big deal in here. Prochazka has a lot of experience. Ulberg has gone on a 9-fight win streak, trying to make it 10. Only lost his first fight in the UFC. Man, what do you see in this fight?
Yeah, like you just said, I was gonna hit on that. It's hard to believe Carlos Ulberg lost his first fight to don't Kennedy and Jokowu. Kennedy's
Yeah,
been in there. He's fought a lot, but he got knocked out. That's crazy. When I saw that, man, I was kind of I forgot about that. But yeah, you're right. 9-0 now. 9-5 win streak. Um, Olberg's beaten a former champion, Jan Blachowicz. He beat Dom Reyes. We just talked about Dom Reyes where he's been. So this guy, he starts Dom Reyes hard. So um, this guy's ready for the title fight, I believe. Yuri Prochazka, it's hard to believe, man. It's hard to believe in 10 years he's 16-2, and he's only lost to one guy. And we know who that is, Alex Poton. And he's only lost to that
yeah,
guy in 10 years. Great record at 16-2, but I thought Yuri was losing that fight clearly against Khalil Roundtree his last fight. If Khalil didn't wasn't the warrior that he was and just blocked and didn't engage too much, he had that fight won. And Yuri wouldn't be here, man. It'd be Khalil versus Carlos Ulberg, in my opinion, because Khalil put it on Yuri that night and just didn't know when to stop, man. He didn't know when to pump the brakes, and it cost him this title fight because I believe Khalil should be there. So with that, Carlos Ulberg coming in as a small underdog at plus 100. Um, and I just see, the same thing happening to Yuri that happened to Dom Reyes. We know Yuri can be knocked out. Alex has shown it. He got dropped in that Khalil fight. And I just see Carlos just being ready. He's ready. He's put in the work. He hasn't lost in 9 fights, and I see Carlos over cementing himself as the undisputed light heavyweight champ now.
yeah, man. It's a tough fight here. Jiri Prochazka has a lot of experience and a lot of good wins, and he's only lost to a very, very good Alex Pereira. And to say that all that experience against Carlos Ulberg, even though he has 9 wins in a row, none of them that experience is nothing compared to Jiri Prochazka's experience. He's beat some really good fighters in Hill and stuff like that. Times that you thought he would get knocked out and it wasn't going to happen. He's always come through. The only person he hasn't is against Alex. Collar Ulberg might just be on. This just might be his time, man. I do think he has a tough time getting started, or he's not dominant at the beginning. Maybe not tough. It's just kind of, he seems to lose early. But I don't think Carlos is gonna let him off the hook, or he's gonna lose his poise or his cardio in this. I think Carlos is gonna fight this smart, and they're gonna game plan around this. So I think you're right in that, man. I think Carlos Ulberg is gonna get him in this fight. 5 rounds is quite a while, so I don't know if Carlos Ulberg is how he catches, but he has fought some people that can hit. But has he ever been in trouble? Not really. So we'll see what happens this fight. But I'm going to go with you. I'm going to take Carlos Ulberg in here to be the new light heavyweight champion.
Like it, man. I like it.
Yeah. All right, there you go, guys. And Carlos Ulberg is the underdog in that, but we're gonna go with him, and you heard it here. Okay, man. So that's it for that card, UFC 327. Man, let's go over a little bit on a little while ago, man. We were kind of MIA a little bit here.
Yeah.
You didn't really get to talk about it too much, but I want to know what you thought about a couple of cards ago out of Seattle. Viva Mexico, man. Alexa Grasso, Maycee Barber. Everyone was talking about it, man. What did you think about that one? That performance of the night, that knockout stranglehold.
Yeah. I amazing, man. It was scary. It was scary.
Yeah.
It was scary. I had Alexa in it. I didn't think she was gonna almost kill her, but Alexa looked good, man. And I think Maycee just chose the wrong strategy. You could just see right away from the opening bell that Grasso's boxing was just crisper, and she was going to catch her soon. And what she did, man. And all up to Maycee. I think she'll be back, and she'll work on what she needs to. It's kind of hard, to who knows, like, to be on that type of win streak, and just keep getting better. So now with that loss, I think it'll help her improve and see where she needs to hone in her skills on. But as far as Alexa Grasso, man, I think she might have a second run now, man. She just looked crisp. I've never seen someone catch a neck like that so fast, man. Her reflexes just look, she was a cat. I mean, she jumped on it like, a wild tiger, man. It was scary, man. It was really scary. I've never been like kind of like lost for words. It was just really scary, really clean. And who knows who Alexa gets next? She's highly ranked. So it's a number 1 contender or the title, man. There's really nowhere else to go. And especially after a performance like that, man. What'd you think about that?
Yeah, man. After laying an egg, Alexa Grasso, laying an egg in her fight before this one, she comes through like a champion, man. And not only does she win, but she wins in sensational format. It was crazy. Now, what I can't get over, man, and I might be wrong here, but I've seen it a couple times. So when I saw the knockout first, and I go, is Alexa Grasso left-handed? Because she was standing southpaw, and she hit her with a straight left, if I'm not mistaken. I go, I don't remember her being left-handed. Turns out when she starts to fight, she's not she's conventional. She's right-handed. And I'm like, did she just knock out Maycee Barber with her non-dominant hands going southpaw on her?
It's crazy.
That's crazy, man. And I'm not, I don't mean, any disrespect, but as a girl, a female fighter who can change from conventional to southpaw or southpaw to conventional, either way, man, if she's non-dominant left and she caught her like that, that's insane. Caught her with a straight left. Yeah. And then, Maycee Barber buckles her legs, just cuts her legs off, loses her legs, gives her the neck, and she jumps on her, and Grasso jumps on Maycee Barber, like Demetrius Johnson and just starts to strangle her, man. It was insane. And that part was that part. And I was like, it was amazing. But then to see the look on Maycee Barber's face
Yeah.
when she's laid out on the ground and the way she's staring at. Now I'm not. Okay. I've seen it before, man. I've been in situations where I have seen people. I've rolled up on people that were not alive anymore. All right, and it's like you roll, and I've seen it before, man. So I've rolled up on fools, and it's just like, and this is what we in the business, man. They're that's what Maycee Barber looked like. She was DRT, dead right there, man. That's what she looked like. It looked bad, and
Yeah.
it was like that. I was like, oh my god, this looks horrible, man. It took me back. I was like, I can't. I've seen it before, man, and that's how it is. Except for the breathing part, you could see her breathing. That's what it looks like, man. It was crazy, man. It looked like a
It's scary.
homicide scene, dog. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
It was
So
crazy.
I'm glad she's okay, but it was something else, man, to see that right there. So yeah, I mean, good job for Alexa Grasso. It was a highlight. It'll follow around for the rest of her life, man. It was insane to see something like that.
Yeah.
Good. I think it's always good to see women's UFC or women's MMA come through with something so just something so posterizing. It was crazy. All right,
Yeah.
man. Real quick, what do you think about Adesanya, man? Is he done? I mean, is he's officially out of contention? Good win for Pyfer.
Man, good win for Pyfer, man. He showed me. I had Adesanya on this one. And you know, I thought Adesanya took that first round. Pyfer, you know, we knew it was gonna be a tough fight for Adesanya. He wasn't just gonna roll right through him, but man, you know, being a former two-time champion, fighting the who's who, the top, you know, this guy's a ninja. You know, at one time I thought Adesanya was a ninja, and just I don't know, man. Piper Strong is his base wrestling or is it boxing? I just did not understand how like Adesanya just got flattened out like that, and he was like kind of like bent like a bow, and I just like would and then go
Yeah.
just not being able to get away from that hold. I just didn't see that at all. I didn't see. I thought if Piper would win, he would get catch him. Um, I just didn't see him grounding and pounding like that. I just didn't see Izzy being held down like that. That was surprising. All up to Piper, man. He capitalized on that big event, and that Jack Hermanson surprising defeats in the rear view now. You know, we're not thinking about that now, and the only big things coming for Joe Pyfer, and I like him, man. As far as Adesanya, yeah, I think he's out of contention, man. I think now he. I don't know who he'll fight, but it's only going to be like legacy fights against bigger names, you know, and putting them on the marquee against not not in fights that he's gonna climb that rank. I don't think we ever see Adesanya fight for the belt again.
Yeah, man. Unfortunately, yeah, that time has come for Israel Adesanya. I think it's over for contention for Izzy. I don't know what his career holds. At one time, like you said, I thought he was unbeatable. I was like, who's going to beat this guy? This is going to be boring. We're not going to see any competitive fights for a long time. But he did. He was a very active champion, and like activity will it sharpens you, but it can also takes it out of you. Those miles are for reals. And
Yeah,
Pyfer, man, as far as Adesanya, you wouldn't think that someone so lean could not like slip out of these, these holds and stuff like. I didn't see him getting ground and pounded either like that. I don't understand what's been happening there. He kind of put himself in situations he probably shouldn't have been in either, like standing in
yeah,
there in the pocket.
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, who knows what's going on with that? But it's I don't I always thought his wrestling should be a little bit better, even just because how athletic he is, not just because he's talented in wrestling or jujitsu. I just thought like just his athleticism alone. But maybe he's feeling the age, or maybe he's feeling the miles, and he's not as athletic as he used to be. But he just looks the part still. I don't know, but
yeah,
I hope he I hope his career, if he goes forward with it, I hope he's smart with it, and you know, I I don't really want to see him on an early prelim. He was a
Yeah,
great champion when he was there, when he was a champion, and Joe Pyfer, man, he he came back and resurrected that career after that Hermanson loss, man, and
yeah.
he has some he has his issues, and he probably still battling with those, but he's getting through it, and his career's in a good spot right now. Good for him. Good for Joe Pyfer.
Yeah, yeah, like you said, he does have some, demons he's battling, like you mentioned, and that's the last thing that
Yeah.
Joe Pyfer can have in his next fight. For him to come off this big, big win, a statement win, and then just laying an egg against not, Jack Hermansson's a great fighter, good up there. But you cannot lay an egg against someone of that caliber, man. He's gonna only fight better now. So he needs to make sure his head's right because that's people say that's 90% of the battle is the mental part.
Yeah, no, I agree. And if he gets that together and if he's able to keep it together, I think he'll be good, and he might find himself, in contention because there's some there's some tough guys
Yeah,
at 185. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with him, and then hopefully, Israel Adesanya can go forward with his career and get some wins here and there. Shout out to Israel Adesanya too, man. He did not
yeah,
have to take this fight. He probably could have said no, easy, and that's what I like, man. If he's willing to use his name to either get a win against a young guy or to put someone over who's ready to move forward. That's what I like, man. I don't like people just holding on to their records and being like, I'm never going to lose. Look at me. I'm taking, weaker competition.
yeah,
I don't like that, man. Use your name, man. It's you beat somebody, and they fought you. You do the same, and he did. He put it out there in a fight. He against an opponent he really didn't have to, but he did. So good for him. I really appreciate that because Adesanya was a bona fide superstar of the UFC, and I like that he's helping make other superstars for the UFC
exactly.
because without superstars, man, this the sport doesn't go as far as it could be. So good for them.
Yeah.
All right, man. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on here?
Just last week's main event, man. Didn't really see that coming. All props to Renato Moicano to keep himself going, making himself relevant. Um, and yeah, man, I'm excited to see him again because it was a clean fight. He looked like he was striking, he was grappling, and he just looked rejuvenated, man. And just looking at him, um, I'm excited to see him again. I'm glad Verna got the win. She came in as I believe she was a slight underdog against Tabitha Ritchie,
Yeah.
and I'm glad Verna's back on the win in the win column. I always like her, like we were talking about earlier. She's exciting to see, in the women's division. Like we said, I'd rather see her than Tatiana Suarez. If I had a choice. So good win for Verna and a good a card that didn't look, you know, so amazing on paper.
Yeah, it was a true fans card, man. And
Yeah.
Moicano, that fight or that win may have been clean, dude, but that post fight interview was not
Yeah.
not so clean. Just cussing up a storm, throwing
Yeah.
Jesus in his name, and
Yeah.
it was it was all over the
Oh
place, man.
man.
I was like, "What is going on with Moicano, man? Jesus!"
Yeah.
It was a little bit it was a little bit straight. It threw me off a little bit. I'm like, "What's up? I've never heard this before." But anyways, yeah, congratulations to him. He did pull that one off against his teammate there. And Virna, my girl coming through. She's a hard worker,
Yeah.
man. She's a hard worker. And every
Yeah.
time the chips are down for her, man, she comes through. It's too bad that she lost that title run or lost that title fight. Maybe she'll have another one left in her, man. But she's such a hard worker. And I always try to pull for her because she's always out there doing her part. Uh and then fight of the night with Tommy McMillan versus Manolo Zucchini. Tommy McMillan, I saw this guy. I didn't know who he was. I was like, this guy looks like Sean O'Malley. And then boom, he trains with Sean O'Malley. So that I was like, okay. So good for him on that one. It was it was a decent fight. All
Yeah.
right, man.
Yeah.
So Anything else, man? Are we good?
Yeah, everything's good, man. I'm glad to be back, man. Let's not miss anymore. Let's try to stay on it. And I know life sometimes slaps us in the face, but I think we owe it to
Yeah.
the people that are watching to get these in. And yeah, man, it's good to be back.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you back. And yeah, we will try to get it all together, man. I was a little under the weather. My family tried to poison me. I swear to God, they try to take me out, but it's gonna take a little bit more than some tainted Easter brunch to take me out, man. They're trying to get rid of me. I already know it, but it's okay. It's all good.
Well,
So I
you
wasn't
know,
feeling it. I wasn't feeling. What's that?
I was gonna say they show them the money, man. They get paid if you go. You get
I
paid.
know. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna try to get it together. And we're gonna try to bring you a really good detailed breakdown of maybe the card of the year next month, May 9th, Prudential Center here in the United States, New Jersey, UFC 328. We're going to try to really bring you a detailed one. This is a huge card, and it just got bigger. Joshua Van, Tatsuro Taira landed on this card because it got taken off this last one. So this card went from outstanding to like maybe one of the best cards ever, man. Are you excited about the card?
Man, this is the type of car I jump in my car and make that 6 hour drive to Tucson. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
I might have to get up to Tucson to watch this card with you because you know how I feel about my boy Sean Strickland. I love him, man. So nothing like getting together to watch him become the new champion of the world.
Yeah, we got former champions on the prelim on this one. We got big names. We got like up and comers, Gautier. There's all kinds going on in this card, man. Hopefully nobody drops out, but this is one to watch. So just Bart, put that on your calendars, man. May 9th, UFC 328. And we're gonna try to bring you a detailed preview of that one. All right, man. Well, we'll look forward to that one. I just wanted to prep people because if they're gonna, if you're ever gonna watch UFC, man, and you got Paramount or you're gonna get it. Boom! This is the one to watch. It's gonna be a nice one. I'm
Yeah,
really excited about this one. Cool.
yeah.
All right. So thanks everybody for watching, man. Get ready for the fights this week. I want to thank the dog for coming back and helping us out here. We need his expertise in this, man. I can't do this alone. We need his expertise, and we really appreciate it, man. Good to see you back.
You too, man. You too.
Yeah. And for everybody out there, thanks for watching again, and we'll see you at the fights.